Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in tonight. Also, thank you Dr. Naumann for being here with us. Tonight we're going to be discussing what our orthopedic urgent care entails and highlight some common orthopedic injuries seen and treated for at our Newport News location. If you have any questions, please write them in the comment section to be addressed at the end. So Dr. Naumann, one of the three specialties at HRUC is orthopedic medicine. Can you explain to the viewers what an orthopedic urgent care entails?
Sure. Well, thanks for having me back. The Entails urgent care is interesting in that we are coexisting with a well-established orthopedic group. So it's a really neat interaction of being able to have staff that's trained in orthopedic conditions and illnesses and injuries and in the management of them in conjunction with the orthopedic group.
All right. What types of orthopedic injuries do you commonly see in our clinic?
Oh, kind of really a wide range of injuries we see. Everything from strains to sprains, neck, shoulder, back, hips, legs, hands, feet, head injuries, crush injuries, lacerations with injuries. It's really a whole gamut.
All right. So what makes our urgent care unique in treating these orthopedic injuries?
I think I kind of alluded to it. I think the biggest thing is that our staff is really well trained in orthopedics, so a little bit different than most urgent cares, orthopedic injuries. And I think the other thing that's really interesting and neat is that we are really close with Hampton Roads Orthopedic and Spine Medicine, which is right next door. So anytime that we have a question, we can make a call, we can walk next door, we can get a orthopedic consult a lot sooner than normal situations from like an emergency room or other urgent cares. I think those are all really neat, and that the whole idea is that we get these injuries to definitive and final care as soon as possible. So if we can handle them in the urgent care as far as doing great care, and that'll resolve it, great. But if that's not going to do it and we need an orthopedist to get involved, we can do that really quick, which is really neat.
Awesome. Some people may contemplate going to the ER or an urgent care for an orthopedic injury. Can you provide us with examples of when an urgent care may be beneficial?
Sure. I think urgent cares are definitely going to be more beneficial than an emergency room in most situations. Now, of course, if it's a major trauma and your bone's sticking out of your skin, you don't want to come to an urgent care. But barring that, I think a lot of the orthopedic injuries can be handled in urgent care. And remember, when you go to an emergency room, you're put into, different categories. They're also in emergency rooms dealing with heart attacks and strokes and all kind of little gunshot wounds and all kind of major traumas. And so, your back strain or your shoulder injury is really a little bit lower on the total pool. I know I'm not trying to insult our emergency room departments because they do a great job, but let's be real. So you can sit around there a long time waiting for some of these things to be taken care of. And the other thing, of course, is the cost factor. I think that's a big factor too, in that a lot of emergency rooms are by nature costlier than most of our urgent cares. So that's a big one. So not only your pocketbook, but your time spent is usually a lot less, certainly in our urgent care here. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, our ability to get you to the final resolution and get that injury taken care of immediately.
All right. Dr. Naumann, do you have any final thoughts on this topic?
I think I just want to stress that, in the Hampton Roads Urgent Care, we're not orthopedic surgeons. I think that we need to be really clear about that, but we do a lot of orthopedic work. I've had a lot of training, and our partners here on the staff, a lot of training, extra training in orthopedic injuries and conditions. And so don't come walking in thinking you're going to get an orthopedic surgeon, like seeing you right then and there. It's not an urgent care full of orthopedic surgeons, but we can take care of those conditions for you, and if we need to, get an orthopedic surgeon involved as soon as possible.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Naumann, and that's all we have this evening.
Thank you very much.